check, check, gung check, check, gung check, gung check, 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 gung check, check, gung check, check, gung check, check. This show comprises the work that I've been doing over the last 3 years. So it's just kind of like a body of block prints and cutouts and images that have been created during various projects and sort of in collaboration with various groups of people. And now I'm building them into a kind of a loose narrative together in one space.
Where is this love to be found? Someone help me, 'cause life must be somewhere to be found. Instead of concrete jungle, where the living is hardest. A concrete jungle, man, you've got to do your best.
Well, I called it Motherlands for 2 reasons. One thing, a lot of the sort of themes that are running through the piece have to do with kind of the moment that's happening right now of like so much ecological destruction from global warming and also from displacement of indigenous populations. And so I was thinking about that process at the same time as my mother died. It's also kind of a thinking about this process of people losing their homelands and of us kind of becoming displaced from our own environment. At the same time as thinking about my own mother and thinking about death. It's kind of all layered in there. I made that piece while my mother was dying of cancer. And so I was working on other things when she got sick, and then I just started to work on that piece instead. And it was like, because taking care of her and being around her and trying to, understand her dying, it was like the only way that I could do that was to also create this piece while she was sick. It was just the most immediate response, and so that was what I did. I just made it. It was different in that the level of necessity was stronger. Now I sort of have created a couple of installations with it, and it just, in a way, it just becomes part of my body of work. That in that room, I guess the installation feels a little bit more sacred or a little bit more shrine-like, but it's really, I think, becoming just a part of my thinking about all of these things, about life and death and our own lives, and weaving in our own histories and narratives into these drawings. And so, I made it because it was just so immediate to me, and so I just continue to work with it because it's a sort of a part of how I understand and process that. Well, I was just saying how I think whenever I make installations, I'm always thinking about making a world within a world. So like, I start with the drawing and I'm always making a whole world in the drawing, but then when I pull back and I create the installation, I want to do that again. So you get these little worlds within this larger world. And so that always, whenever I do a solo show, I always really want to create something that you can move into and move through and feel like you've entered a really different space. I feel like I want people to enter a space that has a little feeling of wonder to it and a little feeling of quiet, and to just have a place where their mind can wander and where they can open up and listen to stories and think about things.